What is up, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna look at a brand new scooter from Zontes, and you might recognize it because it's the M125, and it's based out of the old M310, but not actually old. It's been out for about a year or two, but it's based on the 300 platform with basically just an engine change. And as far as I know from the specs, the windscreen is a little bit hold on. This is the 300. Oh, that's the 125. Yeah, we're gonna take a look at the Zontes M125. Let's get straight into it. Now you'll have to excuse me, but you have to admit they do look remarkably similar. And in all fairness, they actually are. They are the same scooter underneath. Nothing has changed apart from the powertrain, the engine, and the windshield, which is mounted on the same mounting points as the regular windshield. And trust me, the windshield of the 300 fits in place of this. It has the same mounting holes, and it even keeps the same power mechanism. So if you want a 125 and you want the windscreen of the 300, just buy the windscreen of the 300 and mount it here. But yeah, this is the brand new scooter from Zontes, the M125. They decided to make an entry-level version of the M series, which is a bit odd considering we're about to get the 350s, but whatever. And we're gonna take a look at it as we usually do, from front wheel to back wheel, and see exactly what has changed. Spoiler alert, nothing much. But we're gonna see what this 125 is all about. So let's get started with the front. Alright, so in the front we have the same front fascia with the same daytime running lights, the same high and low beams, everything is LED, the same windscreen. Like I've said, it's electrically adjustable, just like the 300, only it's a lot smaller. Also, another note, if you own a 300 and you want this small windshield for the summer, buy it, it fits. Trust me on this one, it does fit. We have the same forks up front. We also have the same 265mm brake disc with ABS, both front and rear ABS, and the same Zontes branded caliper. The scooter is riding on the same 14-inch wheels as the 300. On the front we have a 100 by 80 by 14 tire. What is missing that is present on the 300 is, I don't know if you can see, but right here there should have been a radiator. The 300 needs an extra radiator here, but the 125 doesn't. And also, right here in these gills, the 300 has a radiator, but the 125 doesn't, because the 125 actually has the radiator right here on the side of the engine, with a fan that's spun by the engine. But we're gonna take a look at it when we go to the side view. Now, coming around to the side, we still have the same lines of the M310. We still have the same two glove compartments. One is smaller and is not lockable. This one is bigger and is lockable. Oh, come on. We have the same floorboards. The fuel tank is also here, just like on the 300. It's still the same 10-liter fuel tank. So this is a 125cc scooter with a 10-liter fuel tank, which should be awesome for range. The same seat, very wide and very comfortable seat. What is different and how you can tell a 125 apart from a 300 is that right here we have a radiator, because this is a water-cooled engine, single cylinder, 125 cc's. It makes about 15 horsepower and about 13 newton meters of torque. Those are impressive numbers for a 125, but then again, this scooter, because it's based on the 300, comes in at a pretty porky 160 kilograms. So it's a pretty hefty scooter. It needs all the power it can get. And honestly, it feels a little bit like the Sim 12 horsepower scooters, which weigh about 120 kilograms, like the Jet 14, the Symphony ST. But there's more to say about the weight. And when we test ride it, I'm going to go into a little bit of detail. We seem to have the same muffler, which is a little bit odd. But yeah, it's the same muffler, at least the shroud of the muffler is the same. On the rear, we do have a skinnier tire with just a 120 section, 70 by 14. Again, the same 14-inch wheels with the same 265mm brake disc on the rear with ABS, just like on the regular 300. LED lights on the back, a small little tail that you can add the top case to. Everything is exactly the same. Let's take a look at the dashboard. Now, in terms of dashboard, we do still have the same keyless system that we have on all Zontes 300 motorcycles. We still have the same mirrors, we still have the same dash layout and the same dash with its Bluetooth connectivity, its digital display, its tire pressure monitoring system, its phone mirror imaging, absolutely everything. If you would blindfold someone and they couldn't read right down here M125, they would have no idea if they're on a 300 or a 125 standing still apart from the windscreen. Same adjustable levers, same buttons, absolutely everything, including the electric fuel pump, the adjustable windscreen. I'm not gonna go into too much detail because I have a lot of videos on the dashboard of the Zontes models. I have a video on the 300. Basically everything is the same. I'll link the video somewhere right up here to the 300 if you want to see a little bit more detail. But it's the same. Just as a short recap, we do have our daytime running lights and our lights here, our low beam. We have our fuel cutoff, engine start button, ignition on and off, seat popper, fuel door popper, buttons to navigate the menus on the digital display, our windscreen adjustment, our indicators, still no ticking noise, but it is what it is, our horn, hazard lights, high and low beam, and passing light, and also adjustable brake levers and the mirrors. So why did Zontes build this? It's basically just a 300cc scooter with all the 300 bits taken off and a 125 powertrain put in. Well, to be honest, in certain markets, 125cc scooters fall under certain categories and you can drive them with certain licenses. So in order to access a brand new market, you kind of have to have a 125 in your range. Now, I'm pretty happy that they chose the M because I've always said the M is a 125cc class scooter that happens to have a 300cc engine. Well, now it has a 125cc engine. But enough blabbering, because I want to ride the damn thing and see what happens when you take 20 horsepower out of the M scooter from Zontes. Does it still have the same feeling as the 300, the same feeling of power, of dominance as the 300? Let's find out. Now, straight off the bat, the answer is no. It doesn't have the same feeling, at least I'm not getting the same feeling of power as the regular 300. Because, honestly, it's 15 horsepower versus 34 or 33 of the 300. It's a lot of power difference. And the 300 is only about 20 kilograms heavier, something like that. So there's not a lot of weight saving and you feel the lack of power. If you're used to the 300, you do feel the lack of power. What is still the same, and I'm really happy that it's the same and it's a little bit different to regular 125s, is the fact that having 160 kilograms compared to what regular 125cc scooters have, about 120, 110 kilograms, going on rough surfaces, honestly, it's a lot more comfortable because the suspension has a lot more weight to work with and function. You still have the same feeling of the 300 that you're pummeling the ground into submission. Bumps, yeah, you feel them, but much less than on regular 125cc scooters. It does have a premium feel. Even though it is just a 125, it has a way more premium feel to it than just any old regular lightweight 125. Now, this premium feeling does come at a bit of a price. It's usually around 4,000 euros, which is pretty dang expensive for a 125. But then again, when you think about it, you have front and rear ABS, you have a full digital display, a full color TFT display with Bluetooth connectivity, with mirror imaging for your phone. You have full keyless entry, keyless go system, a pretty decent undersea storage. Is about the size of a helmet. It's still the same undersea storage as you have on the regular 300, so nothing has changed there. But it is a decent size. It's the size of a helmet. You can put a top case on the back. That's okay. You have the premium finishes right up here on the cockpit, on the dashboard. You have the electrically adjustable windscreen, the adjustable levers. There is a lot to like here, a whole lot to like here. But then again, the main problem of the 125 is the fact that the 300 exists. Now, if you fall into the category where you need a 125 and you can't ride anything bigger and you want a premium feeling scooter, then yeah, by all means, this is a great option. But honestly, for the about, I don't know, 1,000–1,500 euro price difference from this to the 300, I'll be honest, I don't know if I would go for this or the 300, because they're the same size, so in traffic they're gonna be just as easy or as difficult to maneuver around traffic. But you know what? Let's ride them back to back and see if my mind changes. Let's leave this one here. And let's get on the 300. Ignition on. Immediately there's a sound difference. Oh yeah. And the beauty of the 300? Yeah, baby. Oh yeah, there she is, there she is. Now don't worry, I did preheat the engine, so we have a warm engine. But sheesh Louise and she's. Again, the feelings are the same. They feel exactly the same in terms of weight. They feel exactly the same in terms of comfort and in terms of pummeling the ground into submission. You still have that dominant feeling. Both of them do. But what is different is that this may feel like a premium class 125, but when you can and when you open up the taps, all hell breaks loose. Sheesh Louise, stop bloody hell. Nah, the 300 still has its magic. Woo-hoo-hoo. Whoa, that gets the heart pumping. Come on, boy. And the brakes, but we'll talk about the brakes. Let's get back on the 125 and we will talk about the brakes. ABS working overtime to rein in the power of this 300cc engine. Oh, what a beast, what a beast. But let's come back to the 125. Let's say you cannot ride the 300 because you don't have that certain class of license. Is it really that bad? Let's see. Yeah, you still... It still has the same feeling, but coming back from the 300, I'm missing that instant response, that thrust that throws you forward. But then again, it's 125, so compared to other 125s, because, okay, let's do this, let's compare it to other 125s. It's in the same ballpark, so it's not down on power compared to other 125s. It's just down on power, amazingly, compared to the 300, so yeah, I guess that's right. But otherwise, this is a wonderful little scooter. If you can only ride the 125 and you can't go to a higher engine because of legislation, then yeah, this is a beautiful option for a scooter. And again, coming back to the brakes, just think about it. You have the brakes of the 300, brakes that rein in the power of the 300. And here, oh, they basically, when you throw out the anchors, they just stand the scooter on its nose. Bloody hell. It stops in just a couple of meters from speeds like 50 or 60. No matter what. That's the beauty of making like the bigger variant first and then just dropping it down to a 125. Because basically, due to cost-cutting measures, they just kept everything the same. They didn't design different brakes that are weaker for this one. They just kept the brakes from the 300. And then you have stuff like this. Bloody hell. Something gets in front. Oh, panic stop. And that's it. It just grinds the scooter to a halt in meters. And the ABS, the Bosch ABS, works beautifully. A lot of finesse with the ABS. You can really trust the system to do its job properly. In case of an emergency, just stomp on the brakes and avoid whatever is in front of you. So yeah, nice little scooter. A bit pricey, but you do get a lot of stuff for the money. If you're looking at something like an NMAX or a XMAX 125 or a PCX, and you have this in your local market, take a look at it. Take a look at it because it offers quite a lot for the money. Even though it's a little bit expensive, it offers a heck of a lot of stuff for the money. But thank you all so very much for watching. Remember, if you want to support the channel, consider becoming a member to get early access to videos like this. Otherwise, just keep liking, keep sharing the videos, and keep subscribing. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care out there and ride safe. Goodbye.